Hey guys, I'm Nugen Beats, and in today's video I want to take a look at Nugen Mastercheck, a plugin that takes away the guesswork from releasing your music to streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora and others. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, follow me on Instagram and follow me on Facebook. Let's get into the video. Whoop. Okay, so the first question, what is Mastercheck? I have a few different uses for this plugin. One use is metering, because it has some really powerful metering options. Another use that I have is to listen to my mixes through codecs. That means Spotify codecs, that means YouTube codecs. That allows me to have a really good idea on how the mix will translate when uploaded to streaming platforms, when uploaded to Spotify, when my mixes are going to be released on YouTube, for example. That's really important, and until now this was a guesswork. You really didn't know how your mixes will translate to the streaming platforms. And the third use that I have for the plugin is to A/B my processing. Now let's dive into the plugin. I will show you exactly how I use it. The session that I have in front of me is Impression from Modest. You will have a link in the description where you can find the track on Spotify. The track sounds something like this. Hard to express myself, don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who. Now let's talk about metering. As you can see right here, you have the LKFS or LUFS depending on the unit you want to use. That means how loud your track is. This is the unit used by most of the streaming platforms, and each one has a different standard. You can set really easy a target. For example, I have my target set at -14. This is the target for Spotify, and you can use this purely as a loudness meter. Next we have the meter for the dynamic range. We have a true peak meter, then we have the true peak meters for the codecs. So Mastercheck has some really nice meters, but that's not my main use for it. My main use is to monitor how my track will translate. You have presets for Pandora, you have presets for SoundCloud, Tidal, YouTube and other platforms. My most used is the Spotify one, and you have three different codecs. You have the mobile one, which is of course a lower quality. The desktop one probably is used by most of the people, and the premium one, which is higher quality. And this encode section is my most used feature in Mastercheck. You can easily select codecs, you can easily add more codecs. You have codecs for MP3, for example. Sometimes I want to hear how my mix will sound in MP3 without having to render it. And since I'm using hardware, a bounce means real-time rendering. That takes a lot of time. In the encode section you have the monitor button. This is the function that you use to listen to the codecs. Another nice thing about Mastercheck is that you have offset to match. This is for loudness. So if you have a limiter on your track, like I have here, I have the L2, you can offset to match the loudness for that platform, in this case for Spotify, to meet the target. So you're hearing exactly what Spotify will do to your track. Hard to express myself, don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Had to understand how it all. My track is louder than the Spotify standard. That means that Spotify will bring my level down. It's a thing that you should consider when releasing music to Spotify or other platforms. So now I'm hearing exactly how loud the track will be on Spotify. The next step is to listen to my mix through codecs. Hard to express myself, don't know where to start. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Had to understand how it all makes sense. So girl, what's your plans? Tell me, what do you request? Let me be your man's girl, just say yes. It's hard to express myself, don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a
me be your man's girl, just say yes. It's hard to express myself. Don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can love.
And this is important because codecs are doing things to your mixes. That means it will change how your mix sounds. One thing that I look for is how my top end and my low end sounds through codecs, to the MP3 codecs, to the YouTube codec, the Spotify codec, and adjust that accordingly. Because sometimes clients ask just for a Spotify master. So you can play around with this. For example, let me bring up my tuba EQ.
Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Had to understand, now it all makes sense. So girl, what's your plans? Tell me, what do you request? Let me be your man's girl. Broken heart wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can.
So sometimes when considering a low quality codec, you probably need to adjust your top end because it will mess up those high frequencies. You have codecs for YouTube. This is another one that I check often just to make sure that my mixes translate well for YouTube. Another feature that I really use, another feature that really helps me to release music on other platforms is the true peak meter for individual codecs. Let's say that I have the L2 from Waves doing my final limiting.
Be a man's girl, just say yes. It's hard to express myself. Don't know where to start.
So as you can see, through all codecs, after the encoding is done on Spotify, my track will be clipping. That's not the thing that I want to do. And you can adjust that accordingly so you have enough headroom for the encoding.
Hard to express myself. Don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Had to understand, now it all makes sense. So girl, what's your plans? Tell me, what do you request? Let me be your man's girl, just say yes. It's hard to express myself.
So as you can see on mobile, it's clipping again. What I actually do when mastering and releasing tracks for Spotify is using a true peak limiter like FabFilter Pro L2, and I leave 2 dB of headroom so I don't have any distortion, any clipping in my final master.
Hard to express myself. Don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you for who you are, need to love yourself before you can. Had to understand, now it all makes sense. So girl, what's your plans? Tell me, what do you request? Let me be your man's girl, just say yes. It's hard to express myself. Don't know where to start.
Another use for Mastercheck is to reference before and after your processing on the tubas. That's really easy to set up. The plugin comes with another plugin called Send. You just engage audio through, engage external reference, and then you can monitor before and after your processing. The Send plugin must be first in the chain, Mastercheck last in the chain. And to make this really obvious, I'm gonna boost the top end.
Hard to express myself. Don't know where to start, think I needed some help. Had a broken heart, wasn't good for my health. Love you who you are, need to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
So this allows me to A/B really quickly if I'm heading in the right direction with my tubas processing. I hope that you enjoyed the video and I hope that you find this plugin really helpful. You can check the plugin out on Nugen Audio website. I know that this is a more expensive plugin, but if you're releasing music for streaming platform, this is a must-have. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support. If you have any questions about the plugin or about any other topic, leave a comment below. I will try and answer it as fast as possible. If you like the content that I create, you can subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook. See you guys next week. Cheers.